Hi everyone, welcome to the next part of our page from Rooms of Wonder. I was counting up how much we have got left to do and trying to work out whether there's 2 or 3 videos, but I don't really know until I sort of get going with it. So let's get going with it. I am going to start with, I make myself laugh at my silliness, with this coffee pot here. I'm trying to sort of put it in the middle. There we go. And I'm going to do the leaves to start with the cowslip colour, and then just see how we get on. Now you could shade them a little bit, but I'm thinking they're probably printed on as a design onto our pot, so I don't think there's really any need to do any shading or anything. Just realised my son's streaming. I can hear him. I don't know if he can hear me. Oh, well, he can shut his door. I've shut my door. He can shut his door if he needs to. He doesn't. His microphone is much better than. Actually, it's not. He's got a very expensive microphone, and it seems quite good at not picking up background noise too much. And mine is the same. It's apparently it's on my camera built in, and I have heard. What's that? Is it the bottom of a handle? Would it come in like that? Yeah, let's make it that. Apparently if you get too far away you can't hear with it. You have to be quite close, which is absolutely fine for me because I'm always quite close. So I think it probably doesn't pick up too much background noise. So that's good. And it stopped raining. The sun has actually come out, which is quite amazing. So which is makes a change. It might dry up some of the puddles. It was absolutely pouring. My husband got soaked going out this morning. He went to the farmer's market, to the supermarket, to his counselling, everywhere. Right, there we go. Now I'm trying to think about, oh, pencil's running away, what to do for the sort of background of the coffee pot. Thinking about all the other colours we've got going on around here, and I think I'm going to do it blue. Let's grab the lobelia. There you go. We could do some fancy shading on it. Think about where it might be darker and lighter, and that sort of thing. I mean, I talk you through my thoughts. I would think it would be darker on the edges, because it would be rounded. It's not a flat thing, and rounded items tend to be darker on the edges, so that is partly how I would do it. And the same with the spout. You think the spout's rounded, so you do the edges, but I'm not going to do that on this one because I haven't done it on the green bits. So I think if I do it on the bits that aren't green, I think that's a bit of the handle. I think it's going to look a little bit strange, so I'm going to keep it really simple. Just colour it in. You know, sometimes it is really nice just to do some colouring, not worry about the shading and all that sort of thing. I'm doing quite an easy one next door actually, in between videos and things like that, in a Rita Berman book. In her Seasons book, which is one my aim to finish this year. It's a lovely book. And it's oddly, I don't know why, I picked a page. Well, I picked a page that's got full of small victories, rather like this page. It's just got lots of items on it. But it's a sort of beach scene, so we've got our flip-flops, our sunglasses, our bathing suits, our you know, ropes and things like that. It's quite fun. Now, although I've done this all in plain colouring, this bit I'm just going to darken a bit there and lighten towards the middle. It's a really easy thing to do. And on the top of the handle, well, it's the top of the handle on the lid, isn't it? There we go. That's it. There we are, done. That bit, I've missed a bit there. There we are. Okay. Oh, hold on a minute. Sorry, my husband was talking to me. He didn't realise I was making a video. It's okay. But my son's streaming live, so it's a little bit more critical, but it doesn't matter. Right, we have this really pretty flower to do. I've decided what colour I want my fish to be, so I need to think carefully about my flower so that it is a different colour to my fish. So I'm going to do my flower with coral blush, which is a sort of orangey colour. I'm not going to do the middle yet, I'm just going to do the petals. That's the bit I'm in the mood for starting, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make them darker in the centre, fade out towards the middle of the petal, and then make them darker at the tip, and then fade towards the centre. This is quite a fun way to do it. I'm not going to do the back ones yet, I'm just going to do this sort of top layer of petals. It's quite a fun way to colour them. You don't have to do it this way. If it's a little bit too complex, you can just do them plain, or you can fade them in one direction, either towards the centre or towards the edge. If you fade them towards the edge, it makes them look like there's more shadow here. If you fade them towards the centre, it just looks like the colour of the petal changes as it goes towards the middle of the flower, and some flower middles are quite pale, so it would make sense. So it's worth experimenting, trying different things. I think this looks quite poinsettia-y, but then I'm sort of still in Christmas mode because it's, well, January, but you know, my brain's still thinking Christmas. I'm not sure why, but anyway, it's nice. Well, I got Christmas cards this morning, which I was telling you about in the last video, which would have gone out yesterday, so it's all nice. Still keeping in the thought. Also, I think this weekend of the 9th is the Three Kings celebration for the Orthodox Christian churches, so they do their Christmas presents this weekend, I think. I'm a bit ignorant when it comes to religion, but I get the impression that's what's happening. So that's nice for them, still having Christmassy things going on. I'm going to sneeze, hold on. Sorry. I didn't actually sneeze, but it's passed now. I sneeze really, really loudly. It's fun. And my gran used to, my dad does, my sister does. It's the thing. And it's good. But it's quite difficult when you're in a situation where you mustn't sneeze loudly. Like on a video, I wouldn't want to frighten you all. Also, where was the other situation? Oh, like in church? Watching your child's school assembly. Those sorts of situations, always best to try not to sneeze too loudly. Yeah, so I have to try and hold it in sometimes. I'm going to sharpen my pencil because I want to go darker on the petals that I've got remaining. I don't want to change my colour. I just want this the same coral blush, but a bit darker. So I'm going to layer it up a little bit more. But if your pencil is sharper, it is easier to get it down into the tooth of the paper, and it will just look darker with very little extra effort. So these bits are my darkest bits. So those are going down first, then this bit. And here, look, I'm thinking where it overlaps, I want it dark. I will fade it a bit towards the tip. I'm going to treat these slightly differently. I think it's going to work. Tough luck if it doesn't. Well. It's always fun to just see what happens. Got a magical bottle, look, next to here. Looks quite fun. Yeah, so I just forgot where I was at. There we go. Yeah, my husband came back from his counselling. He goes to someone's house. She runs her business from her house. And she's fairly local, a mile maybe or so away. Anyway, he said they were sitting there chatting away. And he said, there's a deer on your lawn. This is the almond rose, which I'm going to use for the middle. She said, I usually get about 7, just casually like. He said it was absolutely beautiful. twitching its ears and being very aware of them being there watching it. But she said, as pretty as it is, I'm doing the centre bit a bit darker, just layering up. Look. She can't grow anything in her garden because it eats everything, he said. So what have we got? Should we do the fish? I've got some ideas for the fish. I'm just looking at my colours. Yes, I want to combine two colours together on the main body. And I'm thinking a pink and a purple. This is the heather and the jellybean. I'm not sure we've used the jellybean yet. So I'm going to start with the jellybean. I'll show you my plan. I'm going to ignore all of Johanna's details apart from the eye and get it a dark layer all the way across the top. Okay, that's my first step. So just going back and forth to get a nice thick layer. Then I'm going to start to fade it. So less layers. Fade the colour all the way down. I haven't really mixed up colours on this page yet, and I thought it would be nice to show you, so those of you who haven't used the pastel tints will be able to see how well they blend together. So just fade it down to the bottom. Okay, you can go back over any bits you think aren't even. It's not too bad. This isn't, we might do more layers anyway, haven't decided yet. So there's our first bit. Oh, someone just sneezed next door then, there, Heather. So we're going to do the complete opposite. So we're going to start at the bottom. You don't have to use these two colours, you can use any pair of colours, but some colours go together better than others. Pink and purple obviously and that are quite friendly, although blending purple can sometimes be tricky. It can go muddy, it's sort of grey looking wishy-washy if you're not careful, but I'm confident that this will be okay. And I'm hoping it's going to look like pink and purple and not just grey dirty pink. So I'm beginning to fade it now as I go up. You don't have to take it all the way to the edge, but just mix it up. There we go. It's quite simple, wasn't it? I was surprised it was so easy. Sometimes you need a few layers, but not there. There we go. Now I think I'm going to grab a darker colour. We've got a nice dark hydrangea to do some of these details. I think it needs it. So because we have only done one layer, it's easy to put them over the top. I'm just going to do all the circles first. They're nice and straightforward. Just block them in. Easy peasy. There we go. And this bit. I don't know whether that's supposed to be shine line really, but that bit I'm going to leave a bit light in the middle. Now these scaly bits, I'm just going to fade towards the tip. You'll be able to see the pink through. So I'm almost leaving a little outline. Well, I am. There we go. Now this bit, and we'll do these the same. So leave a little outline. Although they're not so pink, you'll still see it because the purple is paler. And then we have this, so I'm going to make it darker here and then just sort of fade it as I go along. And the same here. And then these ones, I think I'm just going to fade as they go out towards the end. So make sure I put colour over the whole thing, but just less on those ends. There. Now his fins and tail, I think we'll do in a dark pink. And then it sort of all ties it together, I think. So this is the camellia. And I think we'll do it dark and fade it towards the tip. Now I'm always, for some reason, do fish's fins and tails darker than their bodies. But if I look at pictures of fish, which I have done, I realise I'm completely wrong. That actually fish's fins and tails are very thin and see-through and actually might look very pale, almost white. So it's a bit wrong, but we're not going for photorealism. We're going for fun. So that's what we're getting. I'm just sort of counting how many objects we've got left and working out how many more videos we've got. I think I might do one more object in this one, and then we might make the next one the last one, just because some of them are quite easy or quick, maybe not easy. I'm trying to make this a bit darker though here. There we go, there's our fish. And now what should we do? What can we finish? I think the little change purse is probably the easiest one. So I've got the winterberry to try and do a sort of silver clasp. So layering it up down here, less towards the middle, leave a little gap hopefully. Now the little circles really want a white dot in the middle of them, but I can't get that because they're too small. Now the purse itself I think would look nice in a fairly dark blue. I think I am going to grab the larkspur. Oh, excuse me. Now we've got a sort of quilted look to this purse, so I'm going to put down an even colour and then just show you how to sort of emphasise that quilted effect. You don't have to, but basically you want to just colour either side of each of those lines, and it makes it look excuse me, as if the fabric has been sort of pushed in a little bit, like it would be if it was sort of sewn. Well, you could of course have done it in a checker. I didn't even think of doing it in like a checkerboard pattern. To me it just looked like it was quilted. Now it would be darker underneath that clasp as well. I'm going to now just do a bit more, sort of fade it round so each bit fades towards the middle as much as I can. Quite small squares. There we go. So I think that is quite enough for today. I think we've done quite a lot actually. So we've done our coffee pot and our flower, our fish and our change purse. So we've done quite a bit. That leaves us 1, 2, 3, 4, that leaves us 6 things. I'm not sure, we'll see how we get on. But for now, thank you very much for watching. Hope you have a really lovely day and happy colouring.